doing the little things right, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity of what we got, man. We got what an opportunity it is to play at home, last game of the year in front of our fans, and in regular season, and then here we go to the playoffs. So we want to finish it the right way.
Russ, how do you successfully walk that line of being aggressive but not being careless?
I think doing what we've done, 95% of the season. You can't just look at one or two bad plays and then judge the whole season off of that. You look at all the collection of all the plays, and it's football. It's an imperfect game. You're always seeking perfection every day, and I think that's the thing that we're doing a really good job of. We're refining every day. We're trying to search for that every day, and I think the most important thing is you got to have amnesia. You got to have amnesia in this game. It's one of those games that they got good players. We got good players. There's going to be highs. There's going to be lows throughout a game, throughout the season, throughout all that, and just having amnesia. And that's when the great things are happening too, to be able to move on and move to the next play. And I think that's going to be key for winning football as we go here and search for what we're all searching for.
Russ, that first Cincinnati game, was that the best you guys did collectively? And is there anything you can take from that experience to kind of restart or jumpstart it now?
Yeah, I think that's I think that was a great game for us. I think for 4 quarters we battled, we responded early. Speaking about responding, they made plays on their side. We responded again, and like I said to you guys, it's some of these games, especially in the AFC North, are heavyweight fights and their battles, and as we go further, it's going to be like that too. And so I think the best thing that we did, obviously, the playmaking and all the things we were able to do. We threw the ball around the field, and we also ran the ball well. We did some great things. We scored touchdown in crucial situations. We answered, and just we didn't blink. We didn't blink, and we can't blink now. And so I think the best thing we can do is just continue to have focused practices, detailed meetings, and everything else, and utilize that the game. And as I always tell you guys, every game is a history of its own, and you just focus on this next game. And we got a lot of respect and regard for how they play the game and how they're coached and everything else, and so we got to play our best.
Russ, you've had your fair share of postseasons. How important is it to throw it on a high note, get the momentum back before the playoffs?
I think it's always great just to stay on a momentum high. I think that's always helpful, but it doesn't determine anything. Our present is going to determine. How we work is going to determine that and where we go. And so I think the teams that I've been on that have been able to go long ways and do some special things, and all the playoff games and all the things I'm fortunate to be able to do and be around and be a part of is like I said earlier a little bit, you got to have a little bit of amnesia. You got to be able to just embrace the moment. So addicted to the moment that nothing else gets in the way of it. And no matter what people write good, no matter what people write bad, maybe for a couple days or whatever it is, you just stay focused on the moment, stay focused on the next play, stay focused on the next practice, the next meeting, and that level of obsession, that level of focus, that level of communication, that level of response is everything, and that's what champions do. And I think that if we want to be champions, we got to communicate that way, we got to think that way, we got to believe that way. We can't blink, and champions don't focus on the negative stuff. They fix it, they move on, and they focus on what helps them win, and that's all the things that we have in this locker room. I'm looking forward to us, focusing on that and possibly doing that.
Russ, is that amnesia? Is that a learned skill?
Yeah, it's part of it. I think the mental part of the game. I don't know. I got a lot of baseball in me, and so and I think that you think about baseball. You go 30 for 100. You're a Hall of Famer. So you got to be able to focus on the next pitch. I think same thing in any sport really. I think the best players in the world are able to remain neutral. Steph Curry's probably a 93%, 94% free throw shooter. Something like that. If he misses a free throw in the finals, doesn't mean that he's not any good anymore at free throws. It's just the next free throw, the next moment. And I think that's just part of the being neutral, being locked in, the communication, the self-talk within the huddle, the self-talk on the sideline, the self-talk within your own ears is everything, and how you speak to yourself, how you believe, and how you embrace it, how you embrace the challenges. And like I said, every team that's going to be in the playoffs has got great players too, and so how we respond, who's going to respond the best more often than not.
Arthur, as well as some of the other guys in the locker room.
Say one more time.
Arthur, as well as some of the other guys in the locker room, said that their defense has gotten better in large part because they're creating turnovers. Yeah. What have they done to create those turnovers? Has it been just good fortune, or are they doing something?
Yeah, they're coached extremely well. I think Lou does a great job. I think that they got good playmakers. They got Hilton's a good player. Hendrickson, obviously a great player. Just different guys that, in their secondary and the things they do. The linebackers fly around. So just They're a competitive group, you know, and you know, really they do a really good job of flying around.
That amnesia that you mentioned, is it harder to have that when things aren't going well? Is it harder to kind of flush the bad?
That's a good question, bro. I think the best thing is part of the amnesia is that you know, if you're focused on the work and obsessed with the work, that allows you to, you know, free yourself of, you know, the negativity sometimes too. You know, it's just like, you know, it's part of the journey of seeking perfection. Is there's always highs, there's mountain peaks, there's great moments, there's tough ones. The ability to embrace the adversity, not running from it. You know, we don't have time to run from adversity. We have time to run through it. We got to climb the wall. We got to go run through it. You know, there's no like, there's no, you know, magic pill of getting around it. We just focus on the work, and we focus on the next pitch, the next play. You know, and I think that's the great part about this game is it allows you to play the next play. And I think the best thing we can do is continue to do that, and also just get a little cleaner on some things, and then at the same time, you know that. You know, as you get into the playoffs, everything's 0-0. You know, and but we got a really good matchup first that's going to prepare us in the right way, and we got to make sure that we use that growth and that opportunity to respond.
Couple more here, guys. Couple more.
No, I know. I just think that it's just part of you know, the game. I think it's just there's a lot of positivity, a lot of negativity. You don't really go by the waves of the moment. I think the best thing you can do is just look forward to catching the wave. You know, and I'm sure you like surfing, you know. But I think sometimes you gotta catch it, and I think that we got the right attitude, the right mentality, the right leadership, the right energy to do that in the right way. And so I'm looking forward to the response.
Last one here.
Go up against a Joker offense. Do you feel more pressure to have to score more points?
No, I think we responded well last time. You know, when they're in there. I think that every time he's a great quarterback, man. The things he can do, he's a great football player, you know, and everything else. I thought we did a really good job responding last time. We did some really good things offensively, and so there's no fear. We just got to respond and do our job.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you guys so much.
I mean, you'd be selected by your teammates as the MVP.
It's awesome. It's a great honor. I don't take lightly. It matters most to the guys that see what I do each and every day, and to have it come from them means a lot to me.
What did you guys have to review in Kansas City to see where the mistakes were and how to correct them, or are you still in that process?
I mean, yeah, we definitely have seen where a lot of the mistakes have come, and like I've talked to you guys about the last couple weeks, is just doing what sound defenses do. Staying in your gap, doing your assignment, communicating, tackling, all those things that make defenses great. There's no secret.
As a defense, how do you, and as a leader in the defense, how do you kind of navigate some of the vocal frustrations that this group has had over the last couple of weeks?
What are you referring to as?
I mean, after the game, Deshaun was pretty vocal about being frustrated about guys being wide open. Alex said some similar things. I mean, Mike T said that you guys are bickering out of because you care so much. How do you kind of just navigate the frustrations that guys are expressing?
We're all professionals. We're all grown adults here. We want to win. We know that. It's all about channeling energy in the right way.
TJ, you talked about the things that good defenses do. You guys were that group earlier in the season. What has happened these last few weeks? Is it what the other teams, the way the teams are scheming you guys up, as opposed to maybe what mistakes you guys made?
No, I think it's just not doing things that make defenses good, and sound defenses, and just all the basic things that are taught from day one on defense that we haven't been doing, that we were doing earlier in the season, along with not creating turnovers. Those things all go hand in hand.
What gets you out of that?
Continue to work, continue to...
No, I mean, when you're doing it right, like, how does it get away from the group?
I mean, it's the NFL. It's hard to do it week in and week out.
How important is it to get all those things corrected before the postseason starts?
I'm trying to get it corrected yesterday. It doesn't matter if the postseason is here or not. We're trying to get things corrected as quick as possible. It's the NFL. We're trying to feed our families. We take this very seriously week in and week out, and obviously we're not happy with the performances that we've had. We have the talent, we have the coaching staff, we have the belief in this room that we can be a great defense, we can be a great team as a unit, and there's nothing left to talk about at this point. It's all about getting it done on the field and going from there.
team, how much does momentum matter going into playoffs beyond just getting things fixed? I mean, wanting to go in with a win or a game where it feels like things are turning the page versus, the skid you guys have been on.
I'm focused on the Bengals right now, honestly.